This is actually one of the rare flat sections of this trail. It actually separates the two extremely steep mountain bike trails that make up the majority of this climb. You actually appreciate the steep sections because it gets you up the mountain a lot faster. The snow started about 3/4 of the way up. There's actually not a lot of snow up on top. We've had a lot of warm weather recently and no new precipitation, so the snow is pretty old and quite hard. I actually ended up putting on my micro spikes to be able to ascend the steeper parts of the trail near the top. Here we are actually topping out into the high part of the trail. There's a bit more accumulation of snow on top, and actually on the back side of this high point, you pass around a couple of lakes, or ponds, I guess you'd have to call them. And there's quite a bit of snow there, but it's still old, stiff snow, so you stay on top of it, don't actually break through. Nice viewpoints looking back towards Campbell River. Looking out at a winter sun. It never gets very high over the horizon. As I continued on, the first thing I did was actually miss the trail. You can actually, it went off to the left actually from there. But nice thing about snow, don't need to actually follow the trail. And here, after going around the lakes, you actually have to cross this creek with a waterfall, which is quite deep. So somebody's built a little wooden bridge and put up these ropes, which are very helpful. It'd be a tough crossing without them. Not a lot of water going over in the winter, much more in the spring. And here you can see the bit of a shaky bridge, just made out of local chunks of wood. Oh, steep climb out of the gully and continue down the trail. You can already see how the snow is thinning out quite a bit. And finally, step out of the trees and into the sunshine again. This actually marks the far end of the old clear-cut logging that took place over the last decade, I guess. A few little water crossings. You then hook up with some old unused logging roads, actually starting to get overgrown already. They probably haven't been used in 30 or 40 years now. Across the way you can see some of the clear cutting that's taken place. It's a bit of different terrain to be hiking in, but that adds variety. Took a stop for lunch here. Found a nice sunny spot up against the rocks. They tend to hold the heat of the sun quite well. Makes for a pleasant place to stop. For what started out as a cold day, sitting down in the sun actually is quite pleasant. And then it's back on the trail and on my way. It's actually another 2 hours back to the car. Had to go up down these roads for a while before turning off back onto the mountain bike trails.